continue to serve its Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with you and the Holy Spirit, one God forever and ever.
Amen.
The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
The Almighty God bless you, the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Go in peace.
Thanks be to God.
First, please be seated. Mr. Jack Jobst from the Diocese of Lansing tells us his vocation story.
Thank you, Father Whitlock, Bishop Boyer, Reverend Fathers, any honored guests, and my dear brothers. As a preface to my vocation story tonight, I would like to highlight three groups of people who have had a profound impact on my life in various ways. The first being my parents, who, as faithful Catholics, worked very hard and in a special way taught me how to pray. We would always be at Sunday Mass, often during the week going to Mass, engaging in devotions, novenas, and rosaries, despite all the hecticness and busyness that can very easily creep into everyday life. And part of that hecticness and busyness comes from me and my siblings, which is the second group of people who I have 4 older siblings and 5 younger siblings. And I think by virtue of my position and the fact that I was homeschooled and we spent a lot of time together, they taught me a lot about what it means to love and what it means to truly care for another person. And then the third group is the Catholic community that I grew up as part of, and it provided a real beacon in my lifestyle, and I guess in my life that really attracted me to the faith and to the person of God. The seeds of my vocation came very early in my life, in just sitting in the pew and seeing the priest do his work. It was just like, that's a pretty cool guy. I could see myself in him, but I kind of just pushed that aside and life goes on. And this happened again and again throughout middle school, throughout high school, but I would always kind of push it off to the side. And as I grew up into middle school and high school, like most of you here, I began kind of searching for deeper meaning, searching for happiness and satisfaction in life. But I was constantly grabbing and trying to possess things and people and stuff. And that really just, while I received pleasure from that, it never satisfied the deeper desire that I had. And often, God would send somebody into my life and point, this way to happiness, go to God. And I would go to God and I would receive this joy and peace. And I would say, thanks, God. And then I would go off and do my thing again. I'd say, thanks for the tips. And I would go off and try something else. Maybe just change. Maybe if I just change this, it'll be better. And so I got to my junior year in high school, and I kind of saw this pattern where I would come to God, receive this love, this joy, this mercy, and then I would walk away and leave it behind. And I saw that, and I thought, maybe I just need to stay there. And that's really where I began to, for the first time, pray personally, relate to God as a person, share my heart with His heart, and it brought me this satisfaction that I was looking for. Particular ways that it was given to me was through the sacrament of confession, through Mass, through adoration, and as I engaged more fully in these activities, and I was filled with God's love and mercy, I was filled with a desire to share that with others, both in word and deed, but especially through the sacraments. And I saw that priests are the quintessential example of this, that they give their lives to God, and in return, they receive from God the grace to share what God does in them with others. And that is really where I found my calling to the priesthood. And for that I say, praise be Jesus Christ.
Amen.